My organization is in the process of training the Houseparent staff for residential child and youth care professional certification. A specialized training curriculum consisting of 4 modules is being presented over several monthly half-day in-service trainings. Module 1 was completed in December of 2012. Module 2 will be completed on December 10th, 2013. The Director of Children and Family Services would like to make sure that the house parents receive the best training for the certification test. She therefore contacted me and asked me to prepare a 3-hour cram course so that the house parents can review critical and important information to successfully pass the certification exam in the summer of 2014. This needs assessment will determine the content and intensity of the cram course. In conducting the needs assessment, I first interviewed the client to fully understand the intention of the training that was desired. The cram course should be designed to cover the important information necessary for passing the certification exam on the first attempt. My next step was to carefully scout the National Resource Center for Youth Services website to find all the information that was relevant to national certification. The third step was a careful perusal of the student manual to find the type of questions that were given during the trainings. I found that there were usually a significant number of true-false questions at each section review. Next, I created tests based upon the content in the manual. Each of the 4 modules will be tested individually, but only the first module test was given at this time. All the tests consisted of true and false questions, with some matching questions as well, because the goal of the needs assessment was to determine what information needed to be reviewed. I conducted several 15-minute interviews with the client as a subject matter expert to better understand the role of the house parent and what information is really necessary for job performance and certification. I used the information from the interview to guide the analysis of the test results. 3 questions in particular were missed more often, but with the insight provided by the subject matter expert, plausible alternative explanations were quickly identified. 3 valuable lessons. My needs assessment led to a non-training intervention because the data did not show that the 3-hour training the client wanted was necessary. The lesson is that the needs assessment saved countless hours of prep work and 3 hours of boredom for the participants. The time spent in assessing the need was time well spent. The second lesson was the discovery that the need assessment skill set mixes the skills of a researcher with the skills of a teacher. For example, in preparing the review test for the house parents, I used the same test creation software that I use for my middle school students. As a teacher, I analyze data all the time to make decisions about the progress of the entire class and the individual student. The third lesson is that outside eyes see clearly, so bring in someone to help with the needs assessment. Don't try to do it yourself. As a member of the same organization, I didn't need to learn so much about the nature of the organization, so I was able to quickly see some of the inner workings of the different department. Application of these lessons. Number 1, perform a needs assessment. The amount paid to the assessor may seem wasted, but the waste comes from paying 20 or more employees to sit through a 3-hour training session that they don't need. Targeted trainings add more value to the organization than shotgun approaches. The second is to work in-house as much as feasible. Cross-departmental work adds value to the organization by increasing the knowledge base of the workers, and valuable time is saved because the assessor has a head start on the workings of the organization.